Hi everyone, so this is Anvita from DataMites, and in this video you will be seeing how to insert values in a table that you have created. So in the previous video you would have seen how to create a database and how to create a table in that database. So we are going to resume with how you are going to insert values and in which order you have to insert these values. So first of all, remember to run the use database command again so that you ensure that you are in the database in which your table is present and created. If you're not sure which database your table is in, you can go ahead and refresh your schemas from here. Okay, and you can see all of the databases listed here. So you can go ahead and tap on this arrow. You will see a drop down and all of your tables being listed. So if you're not sure which database your table is present in, you can go ahead and search your tables. So for example, there is a sales table in my employee database. So if I want to insert records or insert data into my sales table, I would have to go to my employee database and I would have to say use employee, right? So make sure you're in the correct database, otherwise you're going to get an error. Okay. And now that I have ensured that I'm in the correct database, so if there's a connection lag, then you might see that it is fetching, but once it connects, you are going to see the tables listed, right? And once you ensure that, you are going to say insert into, which are the keywords, and then you will say the table name. So my table name in this database where I want to insert some values is student. So whichever table name that you want to insert values into, you can mention that table name. And of course, if the table is not created, you would have to create it first. Then you will say the values keyword, and in the same order that you have created the column names, and in the same data type that the column names are present, you are going to insert the values. So if your order is ID, then name, then let's say age, then your records will also have the order ID, let's say name, and let's say age, right? And all of the records are going to follow this order. So if you have an order here, which is student ID first, you will not be entering the name first, right? So let me show you the syntax as well. As you can see here, so we will be coming to constraints and how we drop the table once we insert the values and see certain basic commands that you need to see for creation and insertion of the table, right? And the order in which the columns are present is ID, name, then designation, and then age for their table, right? So as you can see for their table, they have inserted the values in that order. Not just in that order, also maintaining the data type that is present. So they have 3 string values and 1 integer value. So accordingly, they have inserted the values. And we will be doing a similar thing here. We are going to write our ID, which can be something alphanumeric within quotes, right? Then we can have the name. Let's say Anvita is a student. Then we have marks, let's say 78, and then we have age. So let's say 50. Now, this is one row. So when you give one row, you can give a comma and write values for another row or another student. So let's say the ID is 67. The student is Sandita. Okay, the marks are 90, and let's say age is 20. Okay, and so on. So I will insert one more row. Let's say the marks are 80 and the age is 78. 78 seems to be my favorite number these days. And once you are done inserting, you can select this whole query and again click on the run button. So if it is done inserting correctly, it is going to show you and reflect here that there is a table created and these values are inserted, right? And if you want to visualize it, you will do something which is called as a DML command, which is your data manipulation language command, which is a select command. So whenever I want to select certain values from a table or certain records from a table, I'm going to say select. I'm going to say the column names, and if I want all of the columns and all the records from all of the columns, I'm going to say everything, which is asterisk, and then say from, which is a keyword, my table, which is 2. So this query you're going to do if you want to see the whole table that you have created and inserted values into, or in general, if there's a certain table that you import, which we will be seeing how to import a table. So whenever you want to see the entire table, you will say select everything from the table name and you are going to run this query. So as you can see, you will see the column names and you will see the values for each of the columns. And that is how you will select everything from the table. So that's it for this video. In the next video, you will be seeing how to select selective columns and how to filter selective rows from the table that you have created. So thank you for watching.